Giving all praises, honors, and glories unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Makakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that told me this truth, that we well, Shalom, to the hopeful elect scattered through the four corners of the earth. My name is Kodash Paya. Quick update, right, on prophetic events. And this is an article, Zero Hedge, where it says, watch, South African Black Party chants killed the Boer, white killed the farmer. And you had the South African president, or leader rather, speaking, and he was saying that he's for Putin, right? That if you touch one of them, which is like part of the BRICS nations and all of them, he stated if you touch one of them, you touch all of them. And I know to some, those that are in the know, yeah, that sounds similar, right? Or familiar, rather. Did not NATO mention some of that, a similar statement? And we know that the BRICS nations are getting stronger and stronger economically, militarily, right? Because more, how can I put it, more other, that was once part of NATO allies, America, is going to the BRICS nations or doing business with Russia, right, which is one of the superpower lands, countries, right? And so, what reminded me was the scripture where it states, I believe in Joel, let the weak say I am strong. Because people, not only that they're tired of the bully America, Babylon the Great, these elites, right? But they're showing that they're not scared no more. Real quick. So it says, the party has consistently called for the eradication of all white South Africans. Though this fact often goes completely ignored by the Western media at a rally this week packed. And see, they part of the BRICS, and not too long ago, they kicked out certain military personnel that was from Europe, and you don't hear about that. Let's read on a little bit. It says, shocking video shows South Africa's Black Party singing kill the Boer, whites kill the white farmer. This is all downstream from the rotten secular religion of wokeness and CRT plaguing America today. You have been warned. It says, as a reminder, in 2022, the Equality Division of the Supreme Court in South Africa has ruled that the song Kill the Boers, if I'm saying it correctly, was not a case of hate speech, the hateful song, which celebrating the killing of the Dutch settlers in South Africa. Nobody wants Esau to go in their lands no more, like the scriptures say, how he keepeth not at home. They try to go other lands, come create policies, then, break it, then come up with sanctions, then, look, man, the whole world, America, Babylon the Great has become a laughing stock to the world. All right? They are now narrowly looking upon the leaders of Babylon the Great, and telling each other, are they the leaders? As the scriptures say, Lord willing, we get to it, but it says, and it said the Dutch settlers in Africa is protected by freedom of expression and must be left to political debate with its society according to the court. right? Let's skip down to the bold. It says in some cases, perpetrators are acquitted by court despite ample evidence of their guilt anyway. And we know that NATO's been trying to set troops over there, you know, because they're also rich in grain. Africa is a rich land as well as Ukraine, and you see what's happening over there, right? It says as many in the U.S. have noted the rise of a Marxist movement. You could look that up, Marxism, in South Africa may be a glimpse into America's future if something is not done soon to stop the proliferation of woke ideology. Anyway, so yeah, um, Lord willing, I'm gonna get the other video of him speaking about what we just read. But real quick, let's get a precept. Real quick, this is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 9. It says, Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up, right? Because we're in a time of war. You know, that's why you're hearing of wars and rumors of wars, as well as other prophecies happening simultaneously around the world. Because everything now, when it hits, it's going to hit global. See? Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears and let the weak say I'm strong. Right? Because you had these lesser nations, proxy wars, and now they're teaming up with superpower nations, which is ultimately going to lead to what? The Third World War. The scriptures tell you. Second war was past, and behold, the third war coming quickly. Revelation 11th chapter. You know? So you got proxy wars, but soon you're going to have what? A global war. This final war, right? So it says beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. So they're taking farming tools, turning them into weapons, showing you the season we're in. You know? Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. And the precept for that is also Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 8. Where the Lord said, my determination is to gather the nations. You know, so the Lord's gathering the nations, setting up NATO troops on the borders, Russian troops on, Gog and Magog. Ezekiel 38. Different troops here, there, setting them up. For that final showdown. That the heathen be wakened, come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit and judge the heathen round about over there in the Middle East. Real quick, let me get Salakia. Right, so that's where the Lord's going to bring his judgment over there in the Middle East. Alright, so this is the book of Job, chapter 13, verse 27. It says, Thou puttest my... Salakia, that's not... Alright, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, and... Let's get to the point 15. It says, Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Right, so that's the world talking about Babylon the Great, which also in Revelation speaks about the whore that made made the earth trump, roughly paraphrasing, right? Through the philosophies, through the policies, so on and so forth. But now all these different nations, they're mad, It says, and consider saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, right? That made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. So, it's history, right? It's a repetitive tactic that Esau has been doing for generations, going to other lands, invading, and coming up with their policies, and if those nations don't apply or whatever agree, they bring war. And um yeah, so Yahushua spoke about even the house being divided. you know you seeing that now, even within Babylon the Great, within its home, it's division. So a house like that shall not stand. you know then you got the situation, the conflict going on, what's going on over there in Nigeria. you know because Babylon the Great also has a thing where they try to cause divisions amongst different countries to destroy their governments, to slide in and take ownership. But we know who the serpent is, man. Right? These banker families that's really controlling the strings behind the curtains. Alright, but hey, the weak is getting stronger and the strong is getting weaker. Alright, so with that, I hope this was edifying, straight to the point, update, watch and pray, shalom.